Unlike in AdonisJS 4, we now need to define database table columns inside models. As we have seen from previous lessons, models are created with some default columns, which are the ID column, the created at column, and the updated at column. Let's understand what is going on here. The at column decorator is used to define table columns on a model. Since we want the ID column to be set as the primary key, the decorator accepts an optional object as argument. So we set its primary to true. Working with dates and datetime columns is a little different in the sense that Lucid uses a package called logs_on to handle them. Lucid will automatically convert the logs_on object to a formatted date or datetime string before inserting the value into the database. And when retrieving, it will convert the database value to an instance of logs_on datetime. Also, we can set the values for dates and datetime columns to be auto-generated, which can be done using the auto-create and auto-update options. With the auto-create option, the value of the column will be defined every time a new record is created. And with the auto-update option, the value of the column will be updated every time an update operation is performed. Based on the post table structure defined in the last lesson, we need to define the remaining columns. We will define them after the ID column. At column, then public, the name of the column, which will be title, then the type of the column, which will be a string, then at column, public, content, which will also be a string, then lastly at column, public is published, which will be a boolean. So we now have all the columns defined. To wrap up, let me mention that unlike other Node.js ORM such as type ORM, Lucid doesn't support defining database types or constraints. Migrations are well suited for that,